Hey guys, what's up? Another quick video here. I'm gonna react to the price reveal for the Xbox Series X and the Xbox Series S, and I wish Xbox would find a better way to name their consoles. So, what we have is the Xbox Series X, the big black computer tower with a disk drive on the side, will be $499. And the Xbox Series X, which is less powerful, less memory, no disk drive, is $299. Release date is November 10th. Pre-order start September 22nd. My birthday September 19th. Maybe, I don't know. We'll see. Um, but I just want to quickly react to this. First of all, I thought the prices would be more. I thought we would go to $599 and $399, so $100 less than what I expected. It always seems as if excuse me 1 second here, just to turn on the light. I don't got no natural light no more. Always seems as if the next generation always goes up in price, but I believe this was the price of the previous generation, so that's good. And Xbox is offering a program for you to pay it off monthly if you can't pay full price up front. Very consumer friendly. Um, so these are good prices, I think. Now the sad part is we don't know how many people are gonna be able to buy these things because of the pandemic, because of the fallout, because of people losing their jobs. I'm on the verge of losing my job. I won't know until possibly October, November if I'm still gonna have a job. So I'm not buying the hardware. I'm not. Um, Xbox has Xbox Game Pass for 180 bucks a year. You have access on Xbox One, Xbox Series X, S, and on PC to the games. And I think should I lose my job this holiday season, that might be more economical. I do have a PC, as you can see. I spent my money in the PC. All the parts are as high as they can go, with the exception of the graphics card. Now that Nvidia announced you know, their 3080s or whatever. So, that could be down the road. My graphics card still does a good job. So I think more economically for me, I would invest in Game Pass, but I don't think people are realizing that Microsoft may not be focusing solely on consoles in the traditional sense. Game Pass Ultimate will allow you to access Game Pass on PC, console, and mobile. And I think what they're doing is they're selling hardware to go with their service. They're doing sort of a Netflix of gaming service, and they're selling you hardware to go with that core service. So it's not predicated mostly on just the hardware, as PlayStation is. You can only play your games on PlayStation. So they are physically doing everything in their power to make you buy a console, as where Xbox is giving you flexibility to play the games on other platforms. So if you have a PC, you can play Xbox games with Game Pass Ultimate, or you can just buy the Xbox games you want. I think they still have the thing where if you buy it on Xbox, you have access to it on PC. And now with the addition of mobile through Game Pass, it's another platform for you to play. So they're expanding where you can access the games, as opposed to constraining you as to where you can access the game. So it's two different approaches, at least in my opinion. Xbox is trying to give you more ways to play. PlayStation is giving you only one way to play because they want you to buy the hardware. So if I have to choose this holiday season which one I'm buying, it's PlayStation 5. I don't think I'll be able to afford both, even if I still have a job. Hopefully I still have a job and I can buy one, and it will be PlayStation 5. unfortunately. But like I said, that's because I rather invest in Xbox Game Pass and play Xbox games on my PC, which I think is very consumer friendly. And it changes. Xbox is more directly competing with Google Stadia at this point. They want to fight with Google Stadia. They don't want to compete with PlayStation directly. I think they see Google Stadia as a bigger um, competitor for whatever reason. So, if you still think this is a console war, I think we're kind of not seeing that it's evolving more into just a consumer. Let's say it's more like trapping consumers for the long haul. Xbox with the Game Pass is gonna have me for as long as I can afford $180 a year, which is relatively cheaper than these consoles, to get all the games because I already put the money into a PC. PlayStation, I might not even be able to buy PlayStation 5 when it comes out. I may have to wait. Until tax time when I file my taxes. I normally do get a decent refund. I would probably put that towards PlayStation 5. That's how I bought my PS4. Filed my taxes, got a good bit of money, bought PS4, and especially was on sale around tax filing season. So, not everyone's gonna buy it right as it comes out, but we'll see. And I might not buy it the first year because games will still be out for old generation. Again, I have a PC and I've been moving more of my mainstream non-exclusive games. If a game isn't exclusive to the console, I'm buying it on PC. Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War, I'm buying on PC. Star Wars Squadrons, PC. Cyberpunk, PC. So I've been moving games steadily to PC that will otherwise be console. So I just think that if you're still thinking this is a straight up console wars, who's selling more of the hardware, I think you're not seeing that Xbox is trying to change the game as to who's paying more for their service. They're selling, I think they're going to emphasize more Game Pass as the service, and then just going to give you hardware to use that service if you don't have a PC. And it goes back to something, I think it was Phil Spencer or someone at Microsoft said that they envision gaming no longer being console generations, but moving more into terms of a phone. Now, if you have an iPhone, let's say I have an iPhone 10, but let's say you have an iPhone 7. Your iPhone 7 may not work as great, but it still can do basically everything an iPhone 10 can, except with some improvements in processing, of course, the camera, but not everything is completely different from an iPhone 7 to an iPhone 10. And I think Xbox is working to kind of build in that model. Now, it's going to be hard, especially with AAA developers that develop for everything, but Microsoft went and bought a lot of game studios, so at least for their games, they can say this has to work across multi-generation. It has to work across all these instances of hardware. So you may have, let's say, a basic Xbox One. The game will run, it will work, it will be playable on Xbox One. But you have Xbox Series X, you have an Xbox Series Z, whatever comes down in the future, that game will just look and perform better than what it does on Xbox One. And I think that's what Microsoft is moving towards. Not just every 10 years, new console, let's see if we outsell Sony. For PlayStation, is still in that business model. I'm not criticizing the business model. I'm just saying that from what I see, Xbox is moving more towards focusing more on software and accompanying hardware as opposed to focusing on hardware and accompanying it with software. If you get what I'm saying. So it'll be interesting. Xbox is really doing a lot of consumer-friendly things. And there's news that the price of Xbox is affecting the price of PlayStation. And maybe PlayStation is going to bring down their price. I don't know if they're gonna undercut Xbox, but they're gonna bring their price closer to it to compete with them, and that is only better for all of us. The cheaper these consoles can be, because I thought this was gonna be $5.99, $6.99. I didn't have faith, but Microsoft proved me wrong. Let's see what PlayStation does. But I want to know what you think. What do you think about what Xbox is doing with the Series X, Series S? I will also say about the Series S. I like the price for it. If I'm gonna buy hardware, I'm probably buying that one. In terms of what I get on my TV, I don't really care 4K or not 4K. I've already been moved more to digital in terms of gaming. I have very few physical discs. But the only thing that makes it ironic is that this is a cheaper console for people who can't afford the regular console, but yet people who normally can't afford the regular console, if they come from poor areas, they're not going to have the internet to play digital games. We're learning that we have a digital divide. So many kids, now that schools are online, don't have access to Wi-Fi and sufficient internet. So I'm curious, if you're a parent for one of these kids, how can you tell that parent buy the Series S when they will be more in need of a disc? So I hope that Xbox, if you're listening to anyone, make a Series S with a disc drive. Figure out a way to make it work with a disc drive, because there are parents, there are people out there who don't have internet, who don't have sufficient internet, and they can't just download their games on digital. You know, unless maybe you can sell them a memory stick or something. I don't know. Like some kind of plug and play memory stick. I don't know. But I just think that it's great that you create a more economical option, but the people who would benefit from it don't have what they need to fully enjoy it, which is good internet or even internet at all. So I hope they come with like a Series SS that is with a disk drive for those people, because I would hate to try to leave them out. Um, that's my only criticism really on the Series S. But like I said, if I decide I want something, because rather than sitting at my desk and playing PC, and I want to sit on my couch in front of my TV, I would get the Series S. You know, but that's due to the times we live in, and hopefully, if things can turn around, reevaluate that. But I want to know what your plan is. Are you waiting? Are you gonna buy one, or are you gonna buy both? Are you gonna buy the cheaper version? Like I don't use a Blu-ray. Well, I have a Blu-ray. I have a Blu-ray player. So I don't need to use the Blu-ray in a console. I don't buy Blu-rays anymore. If I want to own a movie, I buy it digital on Amazon. If I really want to own the movie, I just whatever Amazon has on Prime, whatever Netflix has, whatever Hulu has, whatever these guys all have, I just watch, and that's that. And then Amazon Prime, you can rent a new movie for $6, and that's fine with me. So I think it just needs to be a little reevaluation of what really goes with what. I think the Series S would have sold more if it had a disk drive, because people who don't have internet just need the disc. They just need the disc to play, and you're not giving them that option. But I have confidence that Microsoft will figure it out and give them that option like they did with Xbox One. So let's see what's to come. And yeah, I look forward to PlayStation responding with their prices and seeing what PlayStation is gonna give us in terms of you know their pricing for their two consoles. And also I would also buy the one without disk drive, because I don't believe in buying physical copies anymore. I have that luxury for now, but we'll see. You know, things turn around. If I keep my job, then I can spend a little more money. If I don't, I gotta, bills and all that stuff that gotta be prioritized, and we'll see what happens. But I want to thank you for watching. Let me know what your opinion is on the pricing, what Xbox is doing in terms of their services and all that. Are you Xbox? Are you PlayStation? Are you both? Let me know in the comments, and I'll see you next time. Crazy be out.